Words that come to mind when I think about Pacific Island people: very welcoming and accommodating, I think very community driven, and very kind of, everyone's family,
Vibrant, warm, like lots of laughing, lots of family connection and gathering.
I'm really proud of this piece of work. To my former colleagues on the PCF board, when we were there as we commissioned this, isn't it special when days like today happen? I feel like this gives New Zealand, New Zealanders, and anyone who wants to read it throughout the Pacific a sense of where the understanding, where the empathy, where the opportunity is at, and where more connection can come.
Kamna Maori and Nisambula Vinaka, everyone. It was really great to be able to see the Pacific Perceptions study and report from the Pacific Cooperation Foundation. Snapshots and surveys such as this are really useful for gauging the level of interest and the level of understanding amongst people in Aotearoa, New Zealand, when it comes to the Pacific diaspora in New Zealand and also the broader Oceania.
How much do I know about the Pacific Islands? Not as much as maybe I'd like. I've maybe went to Fiji once, but that's probably about it. I think the culture is attractive to me, but to be honest, I didn't really learn too much about it at school or anything like that. So it's all very new to me and I'd love to learn more.
It was really heartening to see a good level of engagement and understanding with respect to New Zealand's colonial impact. And it was also really great to see a good level of understanding and engagement on the issues of the Dawn raids and the importance of the apology to Pacific peoples.
Was the apology for the Dawn raids enough from the government? I think for the New Zealand that we want to live in, that's in harmony with its brothers and sisters from different islands, then I think there's more than an apology that's needed.
From an economic and trade perspective, it's great to see this survey reinforcing what we've always known, that New Zealanders do consider the Pacific as being vital to Aotearoa's economic future. For one thing, it's a major trading relationship, our 7th largest in the world and one worth well over $3 billion in two-way trade.
The report, however, did make visible a few gaps in New Zealand's understanding, especially with respect to Micronesia. So about 46% of those surveyed knew very little or understood nothing at all with respect to Micronesia. Places like Nauru and Banaba in Kiribati are actually critical and important to New Zealand's history and particularly to New Zealand's agricultural development. So for 80 years, New Zealand sourced phosphate from Nauru and Banaba, and this phosphate was used in New Zealand's fertilizer industry, which expanded its farmlands and also greatly increased the rate of export and commodities for New Zealand.
You know, we have some room here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, but also in the Pacific region to really understand and see the value in our ways of doing business and Pacific ways of doing business. What this report really highlights is that we have opportunities to really sell our way of doing things and that it's a legitimate way of doing business. It's a legitimate way of thinking about managing people.
I will be using this report in my Pacific Studies teaching here in Australia and recommending that Australia do a similar kind of survey to gauge Australian levels of understanding, knowledge and literacy of Oceania.